morning. Just doing our last bit of a check here. Hi guys. Sorry. Make sure you can hear me. We're going to start at 8:30. So everybody be ready. Good morning. Just starting to set up here. I don't use my kids as videographers because they're asleep. All right, give me a thumbs up if you can see me okay, if you can hear me okay, and all of that jazz. We're gonna use these cat treats in another way. Like a pedestal. Hey, there we go. Maybe a little better for you guys. We're starting at 8:30. Pilates mat. You got a couple of minutes. I'm just going live. Can chit chat. You can ask me any questions that you might have. Any not recommendations, but requests that you have for today's flow. Got lights and stuff set up in here, but the light's going to change as the sun continues to rise over the buildings behind me. Who do I have this morning? Make sure you say hi. Let me know who's here. And again, we're going to start at 8:30 sharp. So if you need to go get your mat, finish your coffee, all of that jazz, feel free to do that. Starting at 8:30 sharp. So this is just a little practice. Hey, how's it going? All right. So to conserve battery, I'm going to hop off for a hot second and then come back. Or do I stay? You want to chat with me? Hey, good morning. Drop me some requests. It's been, maybe 2 years since I have taught Pilates mat. Hi, Emily. Good morning. It's been a hot minute. I've been doing a lot of reformer and one-to-chair work in the past couple of years for Pilates, but I know Pilates mat is where I got my start. I taught it for several years before I ever touched equipment. So pretty sure I still have it in me somewhere. Thanks for being my guinea pig. Hi, good morning. If you're just joining us, we are starting at 8:30. I just set up the cameras. I'm doing a sound check basically right now. Let me know if you can hear me. I'll be hopping back on the mat, doing another sound check. And generally, you can just say hi. Let me know that you're here. Let me know if you have any requests. If you have any medical issues that I need to know about, obviously I can't see you. And I do speak to modifications all the time anyway as habit. But if you need something else in addition, feel free to drop me a quick comment and just say, hey, I've got SI dysfunction or whatever's going on, right? I've got the Monday grumpies, quarantine gripes, whatever. So just let me know. Good morning. Those of you just joining me on YouTube live, I am doing a little sound check, little video check. We are starting at 8:30 sharp, so you still have time to go grab your mat, if you need a towel, whatever you might need. I'm going to be doing this flow without music today. The iPad is currently being held hostage by the dude, which is okay. We're going to do it without music today. YouTube and Facebook like to me anyway when I have music on. It's just silly, but I get it. Good morning. Stick with me. 8:30 live. We're starting Pilates mat today. If you have zero Pilates experience, that's okay. I won't kick you out. I'm going to work with you. I'll be giving you modifications. Quick sound check for those of you waiting for class to start at 8:30. Can you hear me? Give me a thumbs up if you can. Let me know or wave at me. Say, yep, I can hear you. I can see you. We're good to go. Awesome. And then go text your friends and tell them to go get their mat and get their butt in here. Okay? So, there's that. All right. So, Again, just working from this space that I have. YouTube, I feel like I could probably pull you closer. Facebook, you got to stay out there. Good morning. Join in. Get stretchy with us. All right. So, YouTube, come closer to me, darling. Come closer. Hey, YouTube, is that better? Thumbs up? You can hear me? Cool. Facebook, still watching you. Drop me a line. Let me know what you want to see this morning, what's going to feel good. I cannot see you on these formats, but I can see little notes popping up. If I see something pop up, I can always check in while you guys are doing a rep or two, make sure I'm answering any questions that you have. So feel free to take a moment and type something if you need to. Communicate with me while I get people on a rep count. I can check that screen and make sure that I'm addressing any needs that you might have. We are starting at 8:30 sharp. That's 2 minutes from now. So drink the coffee, drink the tea, go to the potty, get your mat. Let's get ready to rumble, shall we? If you know me originally from Pilates Mat years ago, hopefully I remember what I'm doing. I remember, it's fine. And then if you have not ever experienced Pilates Mat with me, welcome. Maybe you're a yoga student normally. I joke to my yoga students currently that my yoga teacher, Jamie, is nice. The Pilates teacher is a little tougher. Keep that in mind. In weeks to come, I'd love it if everybody could get a TheraBand, which is a long stretchy band, maybe a booty band, which are like the little O bands, a fitness ball, like a 9-inch fitness ball. I know things are hard to come by right now. We can make do with other household items. We got 60 seconds and then I'm starting. So those are great things. Now, Pilates ring. So if you can order any of those things from Amazon and actually get them in, they would make your Pilates and even functional fitness home gym more complete. And if not, that's okay. I'll keep you moving. Good morning. Okay, I see you guys pulling in now. Hello, we're going to get started. Hi, Mary. Good morning. All right, go grab your friends. Better go get Kara, yo. We're starting. We're starting very soon. I'm going to hop around the cameras here for a second. All right, I got about a 30-second wait here to start. So, Pilates mat today. About to throw the hair up, you guys. We're going to mean business. Hey, Mel. Please explain all the things, she says. Of course I will, Mel. You know that. Sometimes in like nerdy detail where you're just like, please stop now. Keep counting. You know that. Okay. Hi, Megan. There's my woman. Good morning. I wish I could see all of your all's beautiful faces, but we're going to start here in about 10 seconds. Hey, Sarah. Good morning. For me to do a full hour flow, I have to go through YouTube or Facebook and just trust that you guys are doing the reps that I'm counting. Good morning. Let me know if you can hear me. If we want to go to Zoom, I have to like shorten the classes. So anyway, all these classes are complimentary. I don't expect you to pay a dime. Finances stink all the way around for everyone right now. If you feel like gifting, it can go to reformpilatesyoga@gmail.com for PayPal or at JAI-Marie-4 to Venmo. But please don't feel like you need to do that. It's all good. We got food in the house. We're good. All right, so let's go, people. The tea is set down. If you got hair, throw it up. You're going to want it out of the way. You don't want it in your face. And for Pilates, be like a high ponytail if you're throwing it up. No hair clips because we're going to spend some time on our back with our head touching the floor. And you don't want that clip messing with your alignment in the neck. YouTube, can you see me okay? It's hard for me to see the screen in this way. So just give me a thumbs up. We're good? Um, and so the high ponytail, as I was saying, allows the nape of your neck and the back of your head to do the little subtle knots that we do in Pilates without feeling like you're grinding a clip into the back of your head. So let's get started. Make sure your mat is rolled out lengthwise. Hopefully you're on carpet. If you're on hardwood, you might want to layer mats in the future or put a towel under your mat. That could get a little slippery though. Or find a thicker Pilates mat. But here again, depending on what we can actually get nowadays, you're gonna have to make do, okay? So let's start at the back of the mat. If I said the front of the mat just now, I'm sorry. It's the back of the mat for Pilates here. Go ahead and spread those feet, putting the four corners of the feet down. Lift those toes up. Lift that spine. Spread the toes back down. And now inhale, lift the toes again. And as you set the toes back down, typewriter them down. Pinky, third, middle, big toe. Inhale, lift the toes again. And then exhale, lay them back down. Like a little flurry there. Inhale, lift the toes. Exhale, set them back down. Good. Now, you know, even though I'm teaching Pilates, I'm going to infuse a little bit of yoga into it when it comes to that awareness of the body. But that's why they're such good cousins. Now, with those toes spread, have those hands just down by your side. Inhale, rise up off the heels, straight up through the ankles. Exhale, set the heels back down. We're going to do that again. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, set them back down. 2 more times. Inhale, lift up. The core. We're never going to clench the core, okay? It's an overused cue, even in Pilates. We are not clenching the core. We're not bracing for somebody to punch us, okay? Let the breath move. Now, bring the heels up just enough that you can click the heels together, not to be confused with the ballet first. We're not going super wide. It is just a little slice of pie there between our feet. As you lift the heels up and then set them back down, it should be as if you were opening a drawbridge. Open the bridge, close the bridge back down. And again, lifting up and down. If you're just joining us, this is 8:30 Monday. This is Pilates. Tomorrow will be yoga. Keep pumping those feet for me. Wednesday, we'll take the day off. Thursday will be Pilates once again. Friday will be bar, just like the good old days in Funchester, except earlier. You better get up. And then Saturday morning, 9:45 yoga, just like I have for my source core peeps. Now keep those heels connected to the floor. Give me a bend into the knees and then press the floor away to straighten, zipping up through the thighs, bend into the knees and press away. So we're just simulating some footwork that we would be doing on the reformer, but here on the floor. Give me one more and press away. Now, option to remain right there. If you have plantar fasciitis, if your ankles are very weak, for any reason, or the knees, you might want to stay right here connected to the floor with the heels. Otherwise, lift the heels up, bring the heels together. And now if you are familiar with the reformer, it'll be just as if we're doing footwork in Pilates V. So lifting up and lifting down. Not really lifting down, but you know what I'm saying. Listen, it's early, and I still have some tea in that cup over there. No leg warmers today. It's already hot in this room. But let's just keep moving. One more time. Pressing up and through, let the heels come down. Bring the toes together. Now you're still at the back of your mat. I've moved so you can see my feet and see the alignment at the front of my body here. Hands are to the hips, and I want you to lift up into both heels and lower right back down. Give me 2 more just like that. Lift up. You might feel a lot of cracking and popping in the feet and ankles. That's perfectly fine. You have about 30 joints in the feet. And now lift up, hold, lower just the left heel, keep the right heel very high, and then switch, and then switch, and switch. Now, just like on the reformer, I want you to avoid the Shakira, so this is not the time for this. Come back for Friday bar, and we'll get into all of that. Otherwise, keep those hips nice and steady and really milk the ankle. Lift, lift, and then can you get to a space where you're not even bopping up and down like a carousel horse, and just stretch the heel back as the other heel stretches forward. Click, pop, click, click, pop, click. I feel you. One more time. Good. and then settle into the feet. I'm going to join you again at the back of the mat, which is apparently the sunny spot in the room right now. And keep those feet about sits bones width apart, so about a fist width apart. If you shine your fist down there, your feet should look as if they're framing your fist, no wider. Good. Inhale, lift the hands up. On your exhale, tuck your chin towards your chest. Roll down one vertebrae at a time. And draw those abdominals up and in as if you were, I like to imagine for whatever weird reason, I'm trying to roll over a good old country meal box. It's weird, I know. Inhale at the bottom, exhale, stack back up. So tuck the tail under, roll up through the waist, roll up through the shoulders, roll up to standing. Put those ears right over your shoulders, ribs right over your hips. And then exhale, we stack back over that mailbox. Now the lower the head and the hands, the more the abdominals are drawing up, making you this cave over, right? This arch, and then stacking back up one vertebrae at a time. Now that you have the gross muscular movement down, let's take that breath back in. Inhale, exhale, draw the abdominals up and in gently. Start to curve the shoulders over the body, stretching. Those hips are holding on to the very last, anchoring the body. Inhale at the bottom, and then exhale, stack back up, press into the heels. Bring that energy up the legs. And now 3 more with a little bit more pizzazz, shall we? Inhale at the top, exhale, roll. Inhale at the bottom, exhale, stack. Let's get awake. Inhale at the top, exhale, we roll. Try to keep the precision of the slow motion. Inhale at the bottom, exhale, stack. Inhale at the top, exhale, we roll down. Inhale at the bottom, exhale, stack back up. Now hold here at the top, take a deep breath in. Exhale, we roll back down. Hold the hands at the bottom, bend the knees if you need to. Walk your hands out. 1, 2, 3. High plank. Good morning. Breathe. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Now, while you keep breathing, if you've joined me for classical mat Pilates, I'm sorry, you're going to be strongly disappointed. I don't teach classical mat Pilates. Nothing against it at all. I love it. Just don't teach it. I teach more of a contemporary fusion. So bring the right knee down. Bring the left knee to meet it. Uncurl the toes, set them down, push back. First, let's take a sneak from yoga and take a child's pose here. Nice and steady. Drop the head under. Touch the forehead to the floor if you can. Take a deep breath into the back. Exhale, side away. Look at your hands. Come back to hands and shoulders in alignment. Walk the right foot out. Plank it. Bring the left foot to meet it. Hold. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Another. Cup those hands. Push into the thumb, forefinger, and pinky. If at any point plank's not for you, rest on the knee. Put it back up. Rest on the knee. Put it back up. In fact, everybody, join them there. It's kind of fun. Rest on the knee. Now notice that orange band, my orange tank top. If I set my teacup there, I'm trying to keep it still. As I lower one knee and push. So this really becomes more about like a hamstring curl and then a quad extension. I'm just in plank. Now if you're like, Jamie, my wrists and my arms, hello. That's okay. Keep the toes tucked under. Keep the knees now down on the floor. And instead of just pushing back into child's pose, I want you to draw the abdominals up and away. Up and away, up and away. Almost like you've become a weird number 2. So big arch, really pushing through that upper mid back, like you're pushing the floor away and you're drawing up. If I had that gondola pole from the Reformer Classic, drawing it up into your abdominals. Now come back into your hands and knees here. Good. Let's bring the legs up. One more little plank. Bring the right knee up. Bring the left knee up, cross the ankles. Roll back to the tush. Good. Feet come forward. Separate the feet to about sits bones width apart for this first round. Good. Bring the hands behind the thighs. Sit up nice and tall. Now, really pull your heart forward as if you're trying to bring your chest to your thighs or your knees. There's another cue for that, but I don't know if there are dudes watching, so we'll just keep it clean. All right, so now tuck the tail under. And here I'm almost subtly imagining that my feet are trying to stretch the mat away. Inhale, stack back up. And then exhale, tuck. Inhale, stack back up. Good, 2 more times. Exhale, tuck. Inhale, stack back up. Those feet are pulling under me on that one. And then the feet push away. And the feet pull under. So you really start to feel this rotation of the tail. Exhale, roll back. Hold here. Stretch the arms forward. Good. Stretch one arm up. Bring it back to center. Stretch the other arm up. Bring it back to center. Do you love that little feeling of weight, the core going, hold on a second. Something's moving and working in there. Draw those abdominals up and in. Keep going. I'm counting you. Good morning. Okay, hi. All right. Good morning, Renee. Let's do it. All right, just checking, making sure I don't have any questions. Good. So now both hands connect. Take a deep breath in. Stack up as you do. And then exhale. We're going to roll back. So let's call this the hip, where we roll to the hip. Now roll to the half. Can you touch the top of your waistband? And then stack back up. You're going to try to keep those feet solidly placed on the floor. The first few can be messy. Be kind to yourself. Exhale, tuck the hip. Roll to the waistband, to the half. Now inhale, stack back up. Exhale, roll. Inhale, stack. Grow that spine. Exhale, roll. Inhale, stack. Up, 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 up. And one more time. Hold here. Lower down. Oh, sun in my eyes. Hands behind the head, please. Bring the feet in closer. I'm going to have to move because sunshine is right in my face. Don't have my sunscreen on for this. There we go. So, bring your right knee up to tabletop. Bring your left knee up to meet it. I want you to keep your hands behind your head just because sometimes it allows those of us who are very tight in the ribs and such, our chin goes away, our ribs flare up, and I want you to use your hands as a little bit of a bolster to just draw your hands up your neck. And let's come to tabletop position. Okay. Now, I want you to start single leg tapping. And this is hard for some folks because this is typically what it looks like. We fling the foot down to the heel. We fling the foot down to the heel. Fling, fling. And that's not it. Bring your attention to that space at the front of your hips. Open that space. Keep the box behind your knee. Sometimes it's helpful to even be squeezing a yoga square there or a ball, whatever works, because it at least keeps your knee out of flexing and extending. Now, keep going. I'm going to show you something on your camera closer, okay? Sorry, YouTube, you're like getting my rear end while Facebook. So when you weave your hands together and you put your thumbs down, I like to call that the Millennium Falcon, right? I like too much Star Wars. That's what I have behind my head. So you put the base of those hands behind, and you stretch up. I can't even tell if you guys can see me. Stretch up, keep those thumbs down and you put your neck. It helps settle that chin into neutral. I'm going to talk to you guys like you're right here. All right, so that should have been at least 57 of single leg. So let's go to double leg. Stretch those toes down and bring them back up. So again, I'm keeping that imaginary block behind my knees. Inhale, let the toes travel down. Exhale, engaging that core. Drawing that bungee cords of the waist. If you imagine from the top of your hip bone to the bottom of your rib cage, there's a bungee cord or a luggage strap. Inhale, let it stretch. Exhale, let it pull gently. Keeping in mind that the small of your back should remain still. And the flare of your ribs, we want to try to settle those down, especially as the knees travel away. You might find that your ribs want to flare like a little umbrella. Keep them low and connected. Now that's rep 527. Bring the feet down to the mat. Take a nice deep breath in and a deep breath out. Now each week I'll get a little bit more into the flow, a little bit more difficult. Today I'm going to be nice. All right, so bring the right knee up to tabletop and the left up to meet it. Bring your hands now to reach towards the sky. Really melt your shoulders down and back for a second. Take a deep breath in. On your breath out, extend your right leg on a diagonal. Notice I'm not dropping it towards the floor. So keep it out on a diagonal, almost like you could just touch your tabletop foot to your shin, like it's kind of that close. Now with that right leg out, extend your left arm overhead. So now if you notice my right toes to my left hand, it's almost like a smiley face or a banana. Now bring everything back into center. In fact, maybe you can touch your hands to your knees. It's a good reminder for your brain. What does center mean? Now the left leg is going to go out, right arm out. Come back to center. Clap the knees. And then switch. Right leg, left arm, center. Left leg, right arm, center. Breathe. Inhale as we stretch. Exhale, pull those bungees in. Inhale as we stretch. Exhale, pull the bungees in. 2 more times, 1 on each side. Can you guys still hear me okay when I'm lying down? I'm trying not to yell too much, but at the same time, might need to. All right, so let's add to that little bit of fun, shall we? So as I can hear some of you groaning because you know what that means. We're going to take the right leg away. The right hand is actually going to touch the left knee. So cross over to touch the left knee. Left arm goes out. Now let the left knee and the right hand gently push into each other. Oh, hello. Now, maybe you cross, connect left hand to right knee, left leg, right arm, go out. Come back through to center. I'm trying to keep this nice and slow because you probably feel like you're playing Twister, right? So now right hand on left knee, right leg, left arm stretch. Exhale to pull center. Take a deep breath in as you stretch right arm left. It's Twister for me too. And then press knee into hand. And then come back to center. Good. Take the hands down by your side in a low V or even out to a T, palms to the earth, especially the thumbs. Tabletop position for the legs. Take a deep breath in. Let your hips come up as a unit, keeping those knees together. Squeeze them together. You don't need to touch the floor here. And then come back through to center. And then twist to the other side. So we're trying to stretch out that side hip, side waist. And we stretch. Now, I'm very picky if I have you in class about those knees staying together, because if you're twisting, but those knees are sliding like earthquake, the earth plates, then we have a problem, okay? Keep going. And then, oh, hi. Hi, Lauren. We have a problem. Keep going. So I want you to keep those legs together, and those knees squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. It's going to feel like you're bringing your whole pelvis up and over and wring out the waist. And then go ahead and bring this to center. Good. Take the hands, place them behind the thighs. Squeeze those knees in for a second. Rock side to side. Good. Now keep a little tension in your arms, like you're trying to bicep curl your legs. And then keep your knees together. Take a deep breath in. Nod your chin slightly towards your chest. Settle those ribs back down. On your exhale, start to pull the thighs, the legs, the hamstrings, whatever you want to call them, into your hands. But your hands are kind of resisting. And then inhale, come down. Now exhale again, pushing the legs into the arms, but arms are kind of resisting. You're going to start to create this hollow body. Inhale down. Exhale, hollow up. Inhale down. Exhale, hollow up. Looking, even as you lay your head down at your kneecaps, as you hollow up, your gaze is going to go down your mid-seam into the pubic bone or to the belly button, and then inhale down. I always say, don't look for Jesus and his angels right now up there in the sky. They're not going to come help you skip your Pilates routine. They want you to do it. So inhale down, and then exhale, come on up. Good. Now, start to rock. And have some fun with it, folks. Rock up, rock down. So the youngest of my 4 girls is turning 14 today, to make her breakfast as soon as I'm done this. And we were doing Pilates the other day. They're all in a workout routine. Keep swinging. And she started doing these and she was like, this is actually super fun. So before we get all super technical and nerdy or even Pilates snotty about it, just roll around a little bit and have some fun, shall we? Keep going. Because as babies, we all learn to move from the floor up into bipedal. And we do it without being super nerdy or snotty about it. So just let your body move. All right, roll around a little bit. And the next time you roll up and touch your toes, go ahead and plant your feet, stay. Bring your hands forward. Take a deep breath in. On your exhale, I want you to send that right shoulder back, the right arm to follow. Give me a little twist. Maybe some jazzy ends if you're feeling festive. Come back around through center. Now exhale, you're going to shrug that other shoulder back. Come into that little diagonal lean. Stretch that hand as well. Come back through to center. Good, so we're just doing some Pilates, like fundamental building blocks. Before we, try to get down on this mat and do a perfect 34, we're just going to play around with unlocking some of our kinetic chains. Have a little bit of fun with it. So the other way I like to cue this is go ahead and read the newspaper. We know dang well there's nothing good in it right now. Close it up. Come back to center. And now open the paper. Close it up. And come back to your breath. Close it up. Inhale. Exhale. And again. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. Exhale. Hold. Come back to the hips. So roll the tail under. Engage the core. Float the right leg up to tabletop. Float the left leg up to meet it. Good. Can you extend the legs and bend? And extend and bend. Doing great. Extend and bend. Two more. Extend. Take breaks as you need it. Draw those abdominals up and away. So you're not just hanging on your hip flexors, you're using your core. Good. Now hold on to the backs of the thighs or the backs of the ankles and just roll them down. Let the feet come back to the floor. Just one simple roll today. Again, we're not going to explore all the classical mat Pilates yet. I don't want to scare you guys away. Come on now. Bring the right knee into tabletop. In fact, a little bit closer. Hold on to that thigh. Good. Extend the left leg out and then float it up. Now, another way to go into that is just come tabletop for both and then extend the left leg. Good. Now use that thigh press, that hollow out to come up. Good. Once you're there, pull that knee in. Ungrip the hands, really squeeze that knee in, and then switch, and switch, and switch. So I just snuck you into a different approach to single leg stretch. Now I'm engaging the core, pulling my ribs down and in, looking at the mid-seam of my pants, keeping that center, keeping my legs in their tracks, remembering to count. I'm kidding on that part, so just give me one more on each side. Now, don't fall down yet. No collapsing in Pilates. Extend the right leg. Hold on to the back of the thigh or the back of the calf. Send the left leg out. Now press into that calf a little bit, right? So see how I can rock myself. Good. So be there. Be in that hollow body. Now, hold that core steady and strong. Give it a little stretch to the legs. And then switch. And then switch. So keeping that core steady. Breathe. Pumping breaths. Okay, I should hear the walks coming from your living room, folks. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. In, out, out. In, out, out. One more. Each side. Bring the knees in. Roll the head down. I know some of you are brand new, so we're going to give those necks a rest. If your neck is feeling tense today, it is normal. For a new Pilates person, take the feet down. Pilates isn't hurting your neck. Trust me, it will help your neck. It just takes time and practice getting the correct muscles to really hold where they're supposed to, and that neck becomes off the hook. I'll teach you different techniques, but for now, let's give the neck a break. Bring the head and shoulders down, and then extend your left leg out. Flex that foot. So you're pulling those big toes, the toes back towards the shin and really stretching the heel towards your opposed, like the wall opposite you. Keeping your hands on your hips for this one today. Bring the right leg up. Now, you're like, what, Jamie, mine's kind of like here. That's okay. In fact, if you need to bend your knee entirely, that's okay, because we're going to focus on all this juicy loveliness here around the peach. All right? So, circles. Little circles. Now, imagine I put my coffee cup on your belly button. Can you keep my coffee from sloshing around? Okay, now if it's easy for you to do that with a bent leg, then maybe you extend it. Notice your left leg is working to stabilize, pulling back on the toes, keeping the hips still. Now reverse your direction. Check in with my coffee cup. I'm going to need that later. If you need to bend your knee, it's perfectly acceptable. We're focusing on where the leg bone rotates in the hip socket. Pull that knee in, give it a big, beautiful squeeze down towards you, and then stretch the leg out. Flex the right toes back. They're going to prepare to work. Bring the left knee up and in. Give it a big squeeze at first, really opening here through the front of the body into the thighs. And now release that knee to be out over your hip. Maybe you keep your leg bent. Maybe you can extend it. Let your body choose, because I want you to focus on where the hip and the leg bone meet. So you should feel like a soup spoon is scooping the bowl. And that's perfectly acceptable in a bent knee position for many of you. And then you'll reverse your direction, only taking the extension of the leg. If you can feel the strong stability of your hips and no excessive tension through your hamstrings, trust me, the long leg will come. Bring that knee in and then settle it all the way back down. Now connect your heels down there at the length of your mat, but this time point your toes. Good. Bring your hands up. Take a deep breath in. On your exhale, nod your chin towards your chest. Take your hands down, press them into the floor, and start to reach for your heels. Notice how your head and shoulders float up. For some of you, this is where you can stay. Roll the shoulders down and back, but you're pressing your hands into the floor and you're trying to reach your heels. For some of you, you might be able to get so heavy in your abdomen that you can float your feet up and begin to pump. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. For some of you, keep your feet on the floor and just pump the arms, just like this. I'm reaching for the end of my mat. All right, keep pumping. You can also bend your knees here, but in bending the knees, don't round the knees so close to you that it pushes you out of your flexion of the spine. I'd rather you keep your legs on the floor and reach for the heels. Keeping those ribs low. Don't worry, I'm counting ish. Let's do 3 more rounds. Come on, look for those toes. You can do it. The 100's a breathing exercise anyway. Come all the way down. Stretch the arms overhead. Take a glorious deep breath in. Roll those ankles and toes. Stretch the hands. You made it. Take those feet, separate them sits bones width apart. So again, about that fist width. If I shine my fist down there in between my feet, and it looks like my feet are framing my fist. Take a big breath in, stretch. Flex the feet, so toes back towards the shins, not the chin towards the chest. Bring the hands overhead to reach for the ceiling. Take another deep breath in. On your exhale, nod a little bit deeper. Press those hands into the floor. We were just here, right? We were just here. Reach for those heels. Inhale down. Exhale. Press, press, press. And then back down. So we're starting this back side of the Pilates roll-up. Press, press, press. Now, if you can do a Pilates roll-up, go for it. Okay? That would just be to flex on up and over your legs. And then we would roll back down, hip, half, to the ribs, to the waist, all that, all the way back. And then nod the chin, roll up through. If you're like, I can't get all the way up, That is okay. What I'd like you to focus on, if that's you, is the nodding of the chin, the pressing of the hands, and act like you're pressing your hands into the floor. And then come all the way back up. Because we just might need to build this core here at the top. And then we can scoop into the bottom of the core. We'll get you there. Just keep hanging out with us, okay? Your other option is to slightly bend the knees. Take a deep breath in. On your exhale, come up, press. Maybe grab hold of your thighs. Pull yourself up and over. It's a little bit more unlinked, but it can still happen, okay? Deep breath in. Exhale, tuck, and roll. So find where you are and be there. But then here in this next rep, I'd like everybody to meet me on the top side. So coming up. Feet stay out in front of you. Good. I'm going to turn and face you for these. Otherwise, I'm going to knock that screen into the hallway. It's bad. It's just bad. Okay, so feet are out in front. I flex the feet. I'm pulling my toes back, spreading my toes even, okay, as much as possible. Legs are zipped together. Take a deep breath in. Bring the hands out to the T. On your exhale, I want you to imagine your right rib cage coming towards your right hip. And you're going to spiral around that spine. Inhale to center. Exhale, we twist. Inhale to center. Now, often in classical, you'll see this pump. That's okay. But I've read all of Joseph's books. That pump is from. So every little breath you take, there's a song about that. You're kind of pumping air out of the body, which allows you to twist a little deeper. So it's not just an arm. Jane Fonda. No offense, Jane Fonda. Okay, so you just want to keep both sits bones on the floor to do this. Keep those feet together. Keep those big toes side by side so the torque is really coming from the spine, not from a shifting of the hips. Okay, one more on each side, please. Inhale to center. Exhale. Come back to center. Good. Separate the feet to wider than the hips this time. In fact, I've got the added bonus of being able to see my elbows. Like I like my feet about as wide as my elbows. All right, now we're going to twist. But then we're going to flip those hands. Don't get too wrapped up on that technicality right now. Okay, just reach for the pinky edge. You're going to saw the pinky toe. Inhale up. Now you can watch me through a few rounds. Now keeping my head up so you can hear me. Saw the pinky toe. Inhale, stack. Get tall, shoulders down. Exhale, we twist and draw those abdominals up and away from the thigh to saw. Inhale up. That bounce that you see, same thing. I'm not just bouncing. I'm going to saw a little deeper. Ideally, that head comes down. We tuck the temple in. Inhale. Exhale, tuck. Down, down. Inhale, up. And again. Exhale, tuck. Down, down, stack up, and again, down, down, bring it up. Beautiful. Bring both legs together. Bring your legs, swing them over to the side. Good. All right, so support hand to the floor. Good. Keep a little bit of length in your legs so we're not super tight, heels close to the butt. Lengthen them out slightly. You can cross the top leg to the front. Back or bottom leg to the back. Good. Take a deep breath in. Now for some of you, just press up to the knees and then right back down. I'm going to start everyone here. I like to build in layers so everybody has a place to call home. So you can be right here, nice and steady. All right. Now if that feels very doable, take those legs out a little bit further. Let the edges of your feet splice into the mat. And as you press, you're going to lift the hips and then lower back down. And again, we press the floor away. Now that hand should be wide. It should be cupped. Thumb, forefinger, and pinky pressing into the floor like you're creating a suction cup. Hollowing out the armpit, hollowing out those obliques. Stretching those legs long as if I were trying to stretch the mat with my feet. And then back down. Again, if that's not for you, That's okay, right? We just come, make it smaller. Stay on the knees. And keep those feet closer to you. Just roll right to the knee edge. We're going to do one more here. All together, find one more lift. Lower back down. Now, bring those feet in a little bit closer. In fact, take your bottom leg, sweep it in front of you. Bring your back leg around to the back. And I have my heel tucked in close to my tush. So I'm sitting in this double like triangle seat. Good. Bring your support hand down to the floor. Let it walk out wide. And then lift the upper arm up and over. Use your core here on the side. Exhale, draw those bungees in to draw you back over. Now counter stretch. Take the length here on this side. You can hold onto that back ankle. We can tuck the legs here eventually. And for some of you, if this particular version, notice your forearm can go all the way to the floor if it prefers. For some of you, if this split version is not comfortable, certainly stack. Okay, knee close to knee and cross the ankles or not. Get the same stretches here. So the whole idea of Pilates is meet yourself where you are and then work from there. One more big stretch up and over. Good. And now bring your support hand to the floor. Bring this one up and around to meet it. And now let's spread those hands back out. Good. Lift the heart up. Isn't that a beautiful little stretch through there? I love the core work here. Now, in weeks to come, I'm going to add some really vicious, but so good for your booty leg work. But for today, extend your top leg out. Reposition so that you can bring your knee under your body. So now you're in a 3-point. Hands are spread. Good. Knee is under you, foot is back. We're going to keep that knee under you. You can keep the toes broken or you can flatten the foot, whichever one gives you more balance, but bring that long leg up. And now see if you can bring the opposite arm, opposite being key. If you try to bring up the same side, you're going to topple over, okay? You're not a weeble wobble, you will fall down. Now pull that up, arm up, and back down. I keep realizing I need to stain my background because like I'm the same color as my background. You can't see me. All right, notice as you lift here, really engage from the cheek. Okay, so we're not bending the knee if possible. You're going to strike that heel up, make it come from the booty, where the booty meets the hamstring, and then lower back down. If drawing the hand up, the opposite hand up, topples you, keep the hands down and just focus on this back chain. Everyone's going to give me 2 more, please. And don't worry, we're going to go to that other side in just a moment. And then back down. Now that we have that gross movement on that side, clean it up a little bit on the other side. So transitioning that leg out. My support knee stays directly under my hip. My hands are under my shoulders, not in front of, not wider than, like 2 pillars. And I'm going to bring that leg up. Now, as I do, you might be tempted to drop the belly. Okay, so notice that I just did it. All right, I want you to keep that still. If I put my teacup right there, can you lift and lower without sloshing the teacup around? And as you lift the leg, can you lift the opposite arm? And again, as you're breathing in and out here, if you find that lifting the arm is too much, keep it under you. Give me 2 more. Inhale, exhale, pull. Inhale, exhale, pull. Bring it all back down. Good. Now we're going to bring it around to the other side. So just switch it, change it, rearrange it. Make that prettier in weeks to come. Here again, the option to stack the legs so that one foot's in front. This knee is curved around. For some, this little twist of the knee, this internal rotation of the thigh, and then the external rotation of the lower leg bone isn't comfortable. If that's the case, stack it. All right? Good. Take a deep breath in. On your exhale, start to walk yourself out. Find your steady position. Now take another deep breath in now that you made it. On your exhale, pull into the bungees of your waist to bring this up and over. Inhale, stretch those cords. Exhale, stack. Inhale, up and over. Maybe you bend into that forearm. Exhale, stack. I want your movement today to be organic, right? Today, it's not about trying to break like Pilates world records. Today, it's about, can I find my breath? Can I just settle into some ease here for a moment, even as I get the blood flowing and pump my lymphatic system? Can I breathe? Can I give myself grace? Can I meet myself where I'm at? And just practice and just be on the mat. One more here. As you swing this hand up and around, let it connect to the earth. Bring the other hand around to meet it. On the reformer, I used to call this twisted sister, right? You lift the heart through the frame of the arms. Feel that delightful stretch through all of the spirals of the spine. Good. And then from here, we're going to straighten the back leg. Pivot onto those toes. Let it prepare to take your weight as you push yourself up and around. If you need to take a different approach to that, by all means, please do. Great. Now from here, bring that right foot or whatever foot strongly back. Really stretch into the heel. The arms are under the shoulders. The hands are cupped. We're pushing into the floor with those finger pads, drawing the abdominals up and in, keeping the shoulder blades connected into their pockets so we don't feel like we're sinking in. Great. Bring the other foot out to meet it. Now take your right foot, tuck the toes under, and just give me 4 little lifts here. We're not going to add the heel pump yet, just the 4 little lifts. One more. Tuck those heels under. Now take the other foot, untuck the toes, lift for 4. 3, 2, 1. Tuck the toes under. Drop to the knees, press back to rest pose. So unlike shell or child's pose, draw the abdominals up and away. You're going to keep a little bit of a hover, as if you were pushing the mat away and stretching your back like an angry cat. And then come back through to center. Good. Settle yourself all the way onto your belly. You can do that from here just by scooching your knees back and settle down. If you'd like a more vigorous approach, extend the legs, find your plank, lower yourself all the way down. Good. So from here, let's extend those legs long, about 6 bones width apart. Good. Extend the arms out in front of you. I'm going to keep my head up for a hot second, and you can do that as well. I'm going to take and float one foot up, bring the other foot up to meet it. Press the pubic bone into the floor, roll the tailbone down towards your heels. Engage your abdominals as if the floor were cold. Lift the arms slightly. Now look down at your mat. Keep your ears hovering right above your biceps. Begin to swim your arms and legs. Breathing in, 2, 3, 4, and out. 2, 3, 4. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Again. And out. Last round. In and out. Settle the body down. Good. Let's bring the left hand in under the chin, if you will. You can bend the elbow, bring your right hand back to meet your foot. Now kick that right foot gently into the hand, stretching up. Be here for 2 breaths. Let the shoulder roll away from the ear. Feel the stretch of the quad come down. You're going to switch sides. Bring the right hand under. Bring the left hand back to reach for the left foot. Once you have it, you're going to tell the left foot to stretch the arm away. You're going to lift yourself here slightly by doing that. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. And again, and out. Settling back down to the earth. Bring your body up onto your elbows. And from your elbows, I want you to shine your heart through the frame of your arms. Roll the shoulders down and back. And I've spread my hands and I'm actively pressing into my hands. Now you might feel a kink in your lower back here. If so, roll the pubic bone down towards the floor. Engage the bottom of your waistband there, the belt, to pull your body up off the floor slightly in the sense that you're not just sinking your belly in, okay? So press the floor away, Press the pubic bone in, draw the lower abdominals up and in, right here. We're going to take that right foot, bend the knee. All right, so that's a point. Then give it a little pump with the flex, set it down. Point, flex, set it down. We're going to alternate legs. Point, flex, set it. Point, flex, set. So there's a little pump. Point, flex, set. Think of those hamstring curls. Point, set, flex. I just said that wrong. Happy Monday morning. You know what? Just, it's fine. Don't fling your legs around, but think. Little pump. Point, flex, set. Point, flex, set. Keep pushing the floor away under your upper body. Draw those core muscles in. Pubic bone is imprinting towards the floor. Lots of things to think about. Welcome to Pilates. One more time on each side. If it was a hot mess, don't worry. A couple weeks from now, it won't be. Perfect. From here, we're going to roll to the side. I can't let you leave without doing some like side leg series stuff. So here's what we're going to do. Line yourself up. Use your mat like a roller. Line yourself up. You should be in right now. You can have your head propped, but you won't for a moment after we get started. So if I set my arm down, my shoulder and my hips are in alignment. My elbow sits right there. I know I'm in alignment. Now, if you have lower back problems, scoliosis, spondy, etc., bring your feet to the top front corner of your mat. So they're still in a straight line. Your core is still in a straight line. And then once you're there, you can set your head down for a moment. Bring your top hand to the floor just for a little bit of support. I don't want you to use it too much, but really stack your hips, stack your ribs so you're not sitting back into one butt cheek. Bring your top leg up. Good. Nice and steady. Now what we're going to do is point the toe, pull the leg forward using your abs to do so, and then flex the foot, pull your tush to pull that foot slightly back. So abdominals pull you forward, flex, glutes pull the leg back. Point, inhale, flex, exhale. That's one breathing pattern. But guess what? On this particular exercise, you can switch it and it doesn't really matter because both breath patterns are beneficial depending on what you have going on in your core, like diastasis recti, etc., or what you have going on in your pelvic floor and in your hips. So you can also go exhale, flex, inhale, exhale, flex, inhale. So let your body choose which one feels more organic for you today. The body's pretty darn smart when we listen to it. So just breathe. Trying to keep that plane of the leg. We'll clean these up in weeks to come, okay? So let's just be where we are right now. But we're trying to keep that leg sweeping parallel to the floor and back. Good. Now, excuse me. No way to edit that. Go ahead and come up onto the hand. Bring that knee up. Don't worry, guys. Just crazy allergies. You can see the yellow pollen flying everywhere. Pull this leg up. I love a little bit of inner thigh work here. Hard to do in typical Pilates mat. Really lovely to do on the reformer. So bringing your hip bone still stacked, hand to the floor for support. I want you to flex that bottom foot and I want you to float it up. Good. And I want you to hold it there. We're not going to touch the floor here anymore. We're going to hover right above it and then lift and hover and lift. Now, the foot is not the engine of the motion. So we're not flinging the foot up. We're not changing our foot shape. The engine of the motion is here. We're going to draw the thighs toward the pubic bone and then release. Draw the thigh toward the pubic bone, release. And again, you may be very tempted to roll back onto that one butt cheek and be all loungy and Cleopatra about it. Knock it off. Bring that hip back up over. I told you I'm not as nice in Pilates. I'm nice in yoga. Pilates, I'll tell you, just knock it off. All right, now hold that leg up there. Hold it. Bring the other leg to meet it. Make a Pilates V. Hold it a little bit longer. You can do it. Breathe in. Breathe out. Come on, one more breath in. One more breath out. Let it go. See? Told you you could do it. Now float around to the other side. Got a song in my head right now. Any guesses which one? All right, so let's come on down, line up that body, find it. Now again, from your ears, shoulders, waist and hips, I want you to be a straight line. If you need to bring your feet to the top front corner of your mat, please do so. It's for all those lower spine issues. And then here, it's very easy, just be like, whoop, heavy. Draw your waist gently up and in, like you have a little mouse hole there. Even as you lie your head down, just draw the core up and in, a little bit of a keyhole. Good. Now from here, hand for support. Bring this foot only about hip height. There's no need to go any higher. We're not Jean Fonda. And then you're going to pull forward with the point, flex, draw back with the heel. Now, which breath pattern do we use? That's for you to choose. I just accidentally rhymed, but whatever. Call me Seuss. Keep breathing. And here also, pay attention as you bring the foot forward that you're not rounding and flexing the spine like an angry cat. Keep that straight back. Pull the bungee cords of the waist to bring that leg closer towards your ribs. To keep that spine nice and solid. You can do this. I'm estimating 4 more here. Just breathe. You might even find that this side picked a different breath pattern. That's okay. It's very common for one hip to be weaker in the front and the other hip to be weaker in the back. One more time. Good. And then bring that top leg to rest behind your bottom leg. Okay, and that hip is open, it's pressing forward even though the knee is up. And I'm going to float that bottom foot up, and I'm going to keep it there and go a little bit higher and a little bit higher. Again, thigh drawing towards the pubic bone, like I'm trying to recoil all of these muscles up and into the hip, up into the hip. Give me 4 more. Smile a little bit. You're almost done. You got this. 2. And hold at the top. Hold it there. Bring the other leg to meet it. Hold it there. Don't let it go. I know those inner thighs are screaming. Maybe a little bit. We're going to be doing way more fun for these suckers. And then lower back down. Today we're just reintroducing ourselves here on the mat. Great. From here, let's go ahead and roll back to the belly. Good. We're going to do a little bit of waist whittling work, bringing your hands into that laced Millennium Falcon again. But your forehead's going to rest on it this time. Feet are about hip width apart or mat width apart, especially if you're a beginner. Go mat width apart. And then press the tops of your feet down into the mat, no matter where you are, so that it feels like your knees are trying to lift and your quads are tight. Press the pubic bone into the floor. Draw your lower waist muscles up, especially there in the front near a belt buckle. And then keeping your head on your hands, float your head up. Stay here. Keep pressing into those feet. Now just a little bit of a twist to take the right elbow towards the floor, come to center. Left elbow towards the floor, come to center. Always checking back in. Is my pubic bone down? Are my feet down? Are my knees lifted? Is my core engaged? Am I breathing? Little pivot. Armpits staying wide open. It's just a little pivot. Whittling the waist. 1 more on each side. Last one here. Come to center. Bring the hands back towards the chest wall. Tuck the toes under. So hands are near the chest wall. Toes are tucked under. Now press into the heels. Lift the knees. Engage those legs. Make them strong. Deep breath in. Tuck the core in. Squeeze those elbows back towards each other. Really press those shoulders down and away. Spread the hands. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Engage. Make everything tight. Everything tight. Good. Good. Engage the core. Deep breath in. Now on your exhale, can you press the floor away? And if you need to use your knees, it's okay. Walk your hands back. 2, 3. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, rolling just like we started, but we're going to add a little juice to it at the bottom. Walk out. 2, 3. Hands directly under your shoulders. Drop to your knees if you need to. Lower down for a push-up. You can also stay on your feet. Second push-up. I'd rather them be shorter and clean than longer and mean. Roll back into the hips, back into the hands. Inhale at the bottom. Exhale, stack back up, hugging the spine with your breath. Inhale, reach for the top. Let's do that one more time. Exhale, and then it'll be all done for today. Walk your hands out. One more beautiful plank. Come to the knees if you need to. That means just float them down. And then you're going to give me 3 push-ups. 1. Breathing in. Draw your core towards your spine. That hollow out of the body. You're just upside down, if you will. Push the hips back. Roll into your feet. Walk your hands towards your feet. Inhale at the bottom. Exhale, stack back up. 1 vertebrae at a time. Inhale, reach the hands overhead. Exhale, let the hands float back down to your side. Inhale, lift the heels up off the floor. Exhale, lower the heels back down. Inhale, lift the heels up. Exhale, draw the heels towards each other for a V. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. And you are all done for today. Congratulations. You made it through some Pilates mat. Good morning, everyone. Make sure you leave me your questions. Let me know how you did and what you would like to see in future Pilates videos. There's all types of things I can do. Bands, rings, balls. And we'll just keep building from there, okay? Well, there's like a lot of freaking 80s here going on here, but all right. Mel, it's so good to see you. Awesome. All right. Good morning, everyone. Enjoy your day. Love you, my woman. See you guys tomorrow for yoga. I haven't learned how to close multiple cameras at once.